Hey guys, well, let me get this new phone thing going on here. This is not a official episode. What this is a broadcast uh, because I wanted to share and talk about a little bit about my story, what I'm going through, which is not too far off from what a lot of you guys are going through. Let me just switch to the comments here. If you guys would, if you're hopping on here, please share this. And in the comments, if you would post, please share this to anyone else that jumps on. It's harder to do this on your cell phone than when you have your laptop. You can see everything on your laptop. So, obviously your phone is a little more condensed features wise. But I want to talk about false allegations and the misuse of protective orders. Hey, Susie. Susie, if you would click, put a comment down below for everybody to share. I'll try to mention it here and there. Let's see if we can get 100 people on here, or 200 people, or whatever anyone's doing right now. Real quick, we were going to have a rally in North Carolina due to uh, these latest false allegations, having to take time off work, drive back and forth from Tennessee. Um, I'm going to have to cancel that for the moment. But I will do one again soon and reschedule it and maybe plan it for early spring. Um, Guys, we haven't done an episode in a while, and there's a reason for that. Is because I've been caught up in legal battles due to false allegations, and now the latest set of false allegations, not just but 2 months later, with an order of protection. And hey, Joshua, Susie, William, D'Angelo, Chris, guys, please do share this. Please share this on all your groups. Please share it on everything. I'm gonna have a few messages on here. One, as you guys may know, about Cash Jackson. He is out. He is well at the moment. He is working on his case, which he has allegedly. There's an alleged charge. Um, Again, we want to preface that. So, Cash, just want to send a message out to you. We love you. We support you. We know how these judges and these courts can be. Um, and so I want to get into this, which is my latest shenanigans. Received this, of course, the week of my visitation with my kids. So my Halloween has been ruined. Just 2 months ago, she filed an ex parte order claiming that I was giving my kids foods that they're allergic to. Now, I haven't been doing this. My son is 8. My other son is 4. I've never done this before. She's never claimed this before. But all of a sudden, I've decided to start doing this behavior. Um, Here is the latest set of, keep in mind, we've been in court twice. We've had a custody hearing, modification hearing, never had a custody hearing. I won't get into all that detail. But what I do want to do is rattle off some of this nonsense. Guys, please share this. Rattle off some of this nonsense that you're allowed to just, I guess, legally file without evidence. Now, I was told by a friend of mine that in his state, you actually have to have some sort of evidence for at least maybe one of the claims, whether it be a threat, whether it be, abuse, something, anything. None of this on this protective order, this domestic violence protective order. I've never committed domestic violence in my entire life. Don't even have a criminal record. No, nothing. But as we all know on here, that's how shit goes. So, guys, please share this and put that in the comments when people pop on. I want to get 100 plus people on here. Share it to groups. I can't share it all right now. I shared it. It's streaming live on multiple pages. But I'm not able to share everything right now because I'm using my cell phone and I don't have my laptop, so I don't have two devices to sort of be able to produce and host at the same time. So if you would do me a favor and help me share this message. So these are the new allegations. Keep in mind, we've been fighting for custody for 3 years, and these allegations are now being surfaced. None of this was brought up in a modification hearing. None of this was brought up 2 months ago in the ex parte. Last minute, they filed an ex parte order, of course, on my week, on the day, on a Friday, I was supposed to pick up my children hours before. They wait till the last minute. It's a tactic of unethical attorneys. Dan Bullard, you're an unethical attorney. I don't recommend anyone here in Alamance County, North Carolina, reach out or speak with Dan Bullard about their case. Maybe you'd be one of the lucky ones like my ex who, you know, is able to manipulate the system and abuse people like myself. He is a liar. My ex is a liar. They've perjured themselves in court. I've proven it myself as a pro se litigant. And the judge didn't bat an eye, which, you know, to me, either cognitively he's not well or he ignored it. And there's a bias against me. So we have an issue. Again, I don't mean to speak about any of these people derogatorily. What I'm doing is telling you what is happening. This is truth. This is my First Amendment right. It's protected under First Amendment of speech. I will not slander anyone. Nothing that I'm saying is false. So here we go. So I'm going to rattle off some of these. These are the things, and I'll go through each one. And guys, thank you. Share this video, Susie. Thank you so much. Here are the latest allegations for this protective order that was, of course, filed the week before I was supposed to get my kids on the weekend. Took away my holiday with them. This is the second time in 2 months that an ex parte order has been placed against me. This is what's called frivolous, filings or legal abuse or, false allegations. I mean, there's a pattern here. And, it's not hard to see. So number one, let's see here. Sorry. We got to get to all the accusations on here because they're amazing. If I don't read them specifically. So one of the allegations is that I have committed domestic violence. I don't know when. I guess it was in the past. I don't know. No report was ever reported. Nothing was ever discussed in our modification hearing. It was never brought up that I've committed domestic violence ever. So I guess we're just doing like Amber Heard and just saying that shit. As you guys know, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, we just believe all women and no evidence of domestic violence, no record of domestic violence or violence. I guess maybe what they're trying to do is push me to be violent or drive me nuts. When I get crazy, I just get on here and I tell the truth. So basically, one of the orders is that I've committed domestic violence against my children and my ex. Another is that I own a firearm and am permitted with a firearm. I have not gotten a firearm. I don't own a firearm. That's how I know I'm being stalked on Facebook. Now, keep in mind, my ex has blocked me for years. My shit's very public. I'm an advocate. We don't pull punches. We stay within the lines of the law. Although the law likes to say we're not, and they abuse us for speaking out, which is illegal. So I'm blocked, but she seems to know everything about me. So we all have those ones that hide. This is what abusers do. They hide themselves so that you can't see anything about them. And I'm fine with that. I don't need to see her page. I don't care. Better out of sight, out of mind, as far as I'm concerned. But I guess because she hasn't worked in months and really hasn't worked much in years, she sits at home and stalks my page and waits to gather nonsense to use against me. So basically, besides the domestic violence, apparently I've told her or claimed that I was going to commit suicide, which I've never done. Apparently my son, my oldest, who I just had 2 weeks ago, right? Had a great time, played video games, went to the North Carolina Renaissance Festival, smiling, laughing, playing video games together. Good time, right? Apparently my oldest son has claimed, and keep in mind I've asked Judge Fred Wilkins, to speak with my kids on multiple occasions during multiple hearings. And of course, the opposing counsel and my ex think that would damage them. All right, well, stop saying that they're saying things because it's hearsay. And unless you're going to speak to the children, don't put words in their mouth that they haven't said. I speak to my kids. I ask them questions. As their parent, I have the right to ask them, did you say this? Did you say that? Was this said? How do you feel? That's what parents are allowed to do. Those are my rights, my constitutional rights, my human rights, my parental rights. Um, all of the things that she said that the kids have said are false claims. So apparently, my oldest says he's, I guess, in fear of his life, that he's afraid Daddy's going to kill him. Because I guess he's felt that way over the last 2 weeks. If I talked to my son and if he was old enough, I would question him and we would have a conversation. We would do that live on video because I'm all about transparency. The courts are not. And that's why when you speak out, they'll take away your rights, punish you, gag orders, illegal gag orders, by the way, illegal. And they want us to shut up. It's coming. It's all coming. So let's see. What else was I accused of? I was accused of in 2015. Now keep in mind, in 2015 she filed one of these orders of protection because we broke up and I hadn't seen my kid in weeks. And I told her if we didn't work out a custody arrangement, then I would have to file with the court. No communication over text, not seeing my kids. I think it was kid at the time, just one. And this was me ignoring the red flag. We have two sons now. But I guess I ignored the red flag. I made excuses for her behavior. Although now I see that it's quite psychotic. Claimed that I was going to steal my son, and that's in this order too. So in the order for 2015, claimed that I was going to take my son over state lines to Nashville, which I've never done, ever. Like, you'd think I would have done some of these things that I've threatened. I've never have. Another one was that I was stalking her. No evidence of that. Again, that's in this one too. But in 2015, she's bringing up a 2015 order of protection, which she dropped, by the way, and then we had another baby. So I was stupid. She's a little kooky. So apparently I tried to hit her with my car in 2015 with my headlights off in a parking lot. Now I'm not a stunt driver or never tried to run anyone over before, but I'm pretty sure that if I was aiming to run someone over, the probability of that would be in my favor, meaning I would have been able to execute that. I also know that if I tried to do that would have been mentioned in 2015 as something that actually occurred. Instead, that was not even in the 2015 set of lies, which she dropped, by the way, because Judge Brad Allen said if you don't have evidence, like this, you don't have evidence, that he would hold you in contempt and possibly throw you in jail. Well, I really hope, whatever judge I get, and I hope it's Judge Brad Allen, that he sees this and puts the pieces together and does exactly what he said he would do in 2015. Guys, if you're tuning in now, please share this on any groups, shared parenting groups, domestic violence groups, any groups that you're a part of. Share this broadcast. That's also on YouTube. Go over to YouTube on We the Parents Podcast YouTube page and subscribe, follow, share, and any of the pages that I'm broadcasting live now from. So apparently I tried to hit her with my car, right, in 2015. We never talked about any of that since 2015. It was never brought up in 2015, but we're talking about it now. Again, so let's recap. Tried to hit her with a car in 2015. It's 2021. Apparently claimed that I was going to commit suicide. No, I'd rather make a podcast, talk shit. My oldest is afraid I'm going to kill him. Nope. Talked to him about that 2 weeks ago. I asked him if he was afraid of me, that mommy thinks that you might be scared. Is there anything that's bothering him? Nope. Nothing like that. All lies. Talk to the children, your honors. Because I'm telling you what, this is a lot more damage playing this game than having a however many hour conversation with children. And I know that judges are trained or should be trained to speak with children. And I'm all for it. Talk to my kids, please do. Let's see that. Okay, that I have a firearm. I don't have a firearm. Don't even have a permit for a firearm. Never owned a firearm. Thinking about it, but I posted that on Facebook, which is why she's claiming that I have a firearm. I'm blocked from her Facebook, but she and her friends, or a dummy account, however she's doing it, my shit's public, so they just go on and they look up my stuff. Claimed that I had driven by her residence on, I guess, multiple occasions. No dates, no photos, no corresponding text with me about why are you outside my house. Didn't call the police, didn't report it, nothing. I've never been to her house. She has a new house in another city, which she moved without letting me or the courts know. That's another thing the judge ignored. Relocating without filing a motion for relocation or asking permission or talking to me about it in the least. So I stalk her residence on multiple occasions. She's fearful for her life when her husband, her shotgun husband that she married in a courthouse only 5 days before our custody hearing or modification. Sorry. Literally married him on a Thursday before our hearing on a Tuesday. Very white trashy. So I'm stalking her. I've committed domestic violence against her and the kids. Never. No reports. Never done this. No evidence. No bruises. No nothing. Let's see. So I was obviously not allowed to see my kids this weekend. This is the second weekend in 2 months. And again, I mentioned before a false ex parte, false allegations made that I was giving my kids known food allergens on purpose, pulled their medical records, showed that was BS. Pretty much showed that her and her attorney had perjured themselves. Judge did nothing. Judge sentenced me just to go speak with the doctors to get educated on peanut butter and milk, or casein, which is a milk protein, is in I guess cow's milk, casein, which my kid doesn't receive. Doctor's records show during all visits, multiple visits, she likes to go to the doctor. If she'd go to work as much as she went to a doctor, maybe she wouldn't need so much money from me. She's just living off my child support. And she claims things like this, these truthful things that I'm saying that I can prove, right? Are derogatory or slanderish or whatever the hell she wants to say. And the attorneys go along with it. And, they do their little tactics. So, Dan Bullard, I won in court both times. But unfortunately, disproving lies and this and that in family court, it's a kangaroo court. Attorneys who practice family law, the one I'm speaking to now, has called it a kangaroo court. It's a joke. And I'm tired of it. And I know a lot of you guys are too. So please share this video. whenever you see it. If you're seeing it live or you wind up clicking on it later, I don't want to stay on here too long because this isn't an interview. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my newest order of protection. I'm going to court on Monday. Again, claims that I'm going to commit suicide, that I'm going to that my son has said he's afraid daddy's trying to kill me. Not my youngest though. I guess he's good. He's not fearful. Just my oldest. That I stalk her, have been to her house, sitting outside her house multiple occasions. The date that she mentioned on one was just a month and a year. It was like September 2021 that I was outside the house. No date, no photo, no phone call, no report, no text, nothing. These are allegations, dangerous allegations, illegal abuse, frivolous, of someone who's mentally and or emotionally disturbed, who should not raise children. That is not only my opinion, that is a fact. You ask anyone in psychology, someone who does things like this, that would put people, their kids, make these sort of lies in court without a thought, are very dangerous. We don't know to what extent they're willing to behave, they're willing to lie, or what actions they'll take. Whether it be giving me a false criminal record, whether it be getting me thrown in jail, whether it be severing my rights to my kids, but still collecting child support, right? You can still collect $800 a month in an income, use your kids for tax breaks, live on welfare, get you and your kids put on, disability, constantly taking them to the doctor with symptoms. Their teeth, my oldest teeth, he's got caps and fillings on his baby teeth. He's had 2 teeth extracted in the last few months. Caps, fillings. There is dental hygiene neglect going on. And this is the response, this order of protection. When I talk to her about their teeth, when I talk to her about the custody order that says I'm supposed to pick them up at school, not at 4:00 in front of a public area in a hospital, but at their school. I'm supposed to pick them up from daycare and school, which they're not enrolled in, have not been enrolled in daycares in months. While she doesn't work and I pay enough child support for those daycares, she pockets the money. No accountability by these courts, by these judges, none. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to be a judge of character, of behavior. And this is all psychological things that I've learned from watching videos, speaking with clinical psychologists. Judges, you are either corrupt or uneducated, period. Same for attorneys. You're either corrupt or uneducated. If you're corrupt, well, you're a piece of shit. So can't do anything about that, really. You're just going to be a piece of shit forever until someone puts you in check. And if you're uneducated, go educate yourself in psychology, in parental alienation, in personality disorders. And don't make parents like me who stand up to the system or who are upset because they're being abused and go, oh, you got emotional issues. No, actually, this is a pretty tame and reasonable response. I've not hurt anyone in years, ever. And I continue to fight through the system. I've been thrown in jail wrongly. That's another issue. I've had my own attorney, extort me. Carol Miller, Alamance County, took $10,000 from me. We got to the court hearing, the custody hearing. It had to be continued due to not enough time in the week. It was a 2 or 3 day trial, they claimed. It really could have been locked up in an hour. This is not hard. Slinging mud, billable hours is what takes 2 and 3 days. Let's make this billable. We all know your tactics. That's why the family law industry needs to be dismantled. There doesn't need to be a family law court. If there's a custody dispute, there needs to be one, very low cost. It shouldn't cost people tens of thousands of dollars. People shouldn't be put on child support until custody issues are resolved. You split the costs of things outside of each home. That's simple. It's not hard. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Share this video if you're tuning in. Please, on any of your groups, your platform is your channel. Follow We the Parents Podcast on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. Share it. It's time to start putting our networks of people together, whether you be from Dad Talk, the Father's Rights Movement, Americans for Equal Shared Parenting. What other? Craig Ellis. If you see this video, we need to do an interview. Craig Ellis's book, The Respondent. He calls the family law industry, the family court system, a cartel. And that's exactly what it is. A for-profit industry using the guides of best interest of the child to extort parents and take their kids. Let's see what kind of comments we got here. Time to sue. Burning tree nursery. Joe. Yeah. And guys, let's call it what it is. I mean, this is extortion. This is trafficking in a form. It's domestic violence. It's domestic terrorism. Parental alienation is child abuse. These are the terms. This is the science. Just because an attorney or a court system or legal system or a judge in a robe is doing it doesn't mean it's not criminal. They're accountable to us. And they hope that if they throw me in jail, take away my kids, whatever, then I'll shut up. America wouldn't be here if that's how Americans worked. And sadly, there's not enough of us speaking up. When are you going to speak up? When are we going to get together? I mean, I can fight my own custody battle, take all this advocacy stuff off, take the advice of my attorney and judges and not fight the system and just focus on getting my kids. That's what they try to do with Cash Jackson. Take away his First Amendment right and dangle your kids in front of you as the incentive for you to shut up and stop talking about the family law abuse that's going on. But I care about more than just my kids. I care about their kids, my grandkids. I have 2 sons. And we all know there's a bias against fathers. Not that it doesn't happen to moms. I don't want to argue with you moms about, well, it happens to moms too. Yes, we get that. We get that. We love you too. Statistically, overwhelming, this is a father's rights issue. It's a parental issue. It's a human rights issue. It's a child's rights issue. Yet it's all those issues. But when we look at the numbers, it's extremely lopsided. That doesn't mean that it doesn't happen to all of us. So I'm going to hop off here. We're coming at 30 minutes. Watch this video. Share it, please. I rattled off all the newest false allegations and nonsense for this newest order of protection, my second order of protection, and not done anything ever. We just issue these orders of protection with false allegations and no evidence that anyone's hurt anyone. They don't do background checks. to see if we have any past history of violence. You know, on the order, it says that I have a permit for a gun. Did they check? Because I don't. I don't own a firearm. They do no research into the claims before they administer these orders of protection, and they take your kids. So they violate the custody orders with no evidence, which means the court should be in contempt as well as my ex. Should I start filing next time I get the kids? Should I file an emergency order? It's dishonest. And I have every right to. I have grounds for it, evidence for it. That's not the game I want to play with my kids. I've never taken them out of state to Tennessee, as claims have been made multiple occasions. In 2015, that claim was made, and in 2021, that claim has been made. And in the 3 years that I've been fighting for custody, I've never taken my kids out of state that she didn't know about, and never not returned them at the time and place that was discussed. These are the allegations and behaviors of someone with deep emotional, psychological, and mental health issues. If you are a judge or an attorney and you don't recognize this behavior, you are either corrupt, blind, or uneducated. If you're uneducated, go get one, like I have. If your job, if your ethics matter to you, being a judge, being an attorney, representing the well-being of people, your clients, and they're paying you sometimes all they have or borrowing it to pay you, and you don't do your due diligence to educate yourself in either parental alienation, psychology, or anything, you don't care. It's a job to you. It's about billable hours, profit. That's it. Guys, share this video. I'm going to keep it short. Enjoy your weekend. I'm going to do my best to enjoy mine. I drove 600 miles to get my kids. And instead, I don't get my weekend with my kids. I don't get my Halloween with my kids. And I have court on Monday to defend nonsense. God bless you guys. Share this. Go check out We the Parents podcast. Go to Cash Jackson's fundraiser page on Facebook. And I know there's links, I believe, for Venmo and PayPal and all that stuff that his mother had also set up. Please help Cash in his battle. Now it's a criminal case, allegedly making threats to the 2 judges who have broken the law, kept him from his children, and violated his constitutional rights. Now, those facts we have. Where's the oversight for judges? We got to get rid of qualified and absolute immunity. Now, there should be protections for judges and attorneys and everyone for frivolous lawsuits. Sure, I get that. But when there's evidence of due process violations, constitutional violations, human rights violations, these judges not only should be removed from the case, they should be removed from the bench, possibly fined, possibly jailed. There's no immunity for public servants. That was created by public servants to protect public servants. If this is what they're going to do and create an industry for themselves and protect each other, then they need to be removed. Guys, enjoy your weekend. Share this video. My name is Chris Cole. We will be coming back with, I guess you could call it the second season of We the Parents. New guests, new episodes. I'm going to go work out for a little bit. False allegations, orders of protection. They're not protecting anyone. They're profiting and abusing the real victims, parents like me, parents like you, who've done nothing. They're abusing our kids. We already have very limited time with them, right? If you're getting that every other weekend horse shit like me and you've done nothing, it's abuse. You're taking away the 4 nights a month because of frivolous false allegations without evidence. Judges just pencil whip that, right? Because you're protecting. Don't want to take any chances. How many times are you going to allow for protective orders and ex parte orders of protection? And then give the kids back, and then let them file them again, and then give the kids back, and the kids still haven't been hurt, but we keep letting them do that. It's only to get us to come in there and litigate and make money, potentially lock me up, hold me in contempt for asserting my rights. That's what they do. That's what was. Judge Fred Wilkins threatened to throw me in jail for intimidating the witness by using my ex's last name, which she changed 5 days prior when she got married in a courthouse. The first day, we all called her by her previous name. The second day, it was an issue. The only thing that I can think of is that was discussed by the judge and the attorney. That was a tactic to hopefully throw me in jail, fine me hundreds of dollars, while he himself called her by her last name all day the first day. On occasion, the second day, even called her by my last name, and we were never married. He wasn't charged. The judge said that I did it on purpose. How does he know? Again, guys, I'm Chris Cole. Share this. And guys, enjoy your weekend. We'll keep fighting. We'll keep fighting for what's right. That's what good parents do. We don't back down. We teach our kids honesty. We own up to our mistakes. And as Americans, as citizens, it's our job to speak out against government, not be anti-government, not against the good people. No, that was another claim, that I'm anti-police and anti-government. No, I'm anti-abuse. I don't care who does it. If a judge is doing it, a judge is getting called out. If a cop abuses me, the cop's getting called out. Guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.